UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres painted a grim picture today, describing a hellscape of hunger and heartache. Addressing the UN Security Council, Guterres emphasized the deadly links between conflict, climate, and food insecurity.
A global food crisis is creating a hellscape of hunger and heartache for many of the world's poorest people. And the climate crisis is accelerating with a deadly force, and last year was the hottest ever. Both these facts undermine peace. Empty bellies fuel unrest.
Guterres urged immediate action to break the deadly links between these issues.
At the same time, climate and conflict are two leading drivers of global food crisis. Where wars rage, hunger reigns. Whether due to the displacement of people, destruction of agriculture, damage to infrastructure, or deliberate policies of denial. Meanwhile, climate chaos is imperiling food production the world over. Floods and droughts destroy crops. Ocean changes disrupt fishing. Rising seas degrade land and fresh water, and shifting weather patterns ruin harvests and spawn pests. Without action, the situation will deteriorate. Conflicts are multiplying. The climate crisis is set to spiral as emissions continue to rise, and acute food insecurity has been increasing year on year. The World Food Programme estimates that over 330 million people were affected in 2023, and it has warned of an acute deterioration in 18 hunger hotspots earlier this year.
258 million people face high levels of acute food insecurity, with over two-thirds due to climate and conflict.
Only a few years ago, the world believed we could eradicate hunger. Today, 1 in 10 people on Earth already suffers from chronic hunger. That number is unacceptable. If climate change accelerates, it will only become worse. Climate change is contributing to food insecurity and to conflict. Rapid, sustained action to cut greenhouse gas emissions and to increase resilience is needed now to help stop both from spiraling out of control.
We have heard it said many times, there is no food security without peace and no peace without food security. But now, more and more, we are dealing with the impacts of climate change. We have seen firsthand how conflict leads to hunger and malnutrition, and it is no coincidence that half of the world's hungry people live in conflict-affected zones. According to the 2023 Global Report on Food Crises, the main drivers of food insecurity and hunger around the world are conflict and climate change.